Hey there, it's Leanne, and welcome to another edition of Copywriting Secrets. And today we're talking about writing to communicate, and this is the second video in the series, so let's get started. Again, this is Copywriting Secrets, and this is taken from the Copywriter's Handbook, which is written by Robert Bly. Today we're talking about writing to communicate, and we're going to look at using short sentences, simple words, and no technical jargon. Okay, so short sentences. Well, a lot of times when people write for journals, when you're writing college, and when you read textbooks, you read sentences that go on and on and on. They have lots of commas, lots of semicolons, and what happens is that unless you're really focused on the reading, you don't really understand what's going on. Okay, so I don't know if you've had this experience where you're reading a textbook, let's say for linguistics, because I study linguistics, and you read a sentence, you say, wait, let me look at that again. And you have to go back and read it once or twice more just to see how things connected, how they fit. Well, the people reading your advertising, your copy, are not studying it most likely, okay, unless they're a copywriter. They're going to be looking at it, and if it becomes too difficult to understand, they're just going to turn the page. They don't have the patience for it, okay? So you really want to write short sentences that make it easy for anybody to understand. And you want to vary the sentence length. You don't want to have the same length sentence because that gets really boring on the eye. And again, that would just make somebody flip the page. You want people to stay on your copy. So how do you vary length? Well, you can use things like long dashes, okay? And you can actually write phrases. You don't actually have to write everything grammatically correct. Okay, so if you want to say something, you can say it in 2 words, even if it doesn't have a verb or even if it doesn't have a subject. Okay, just as if you were talking to somebody. Okay, now simple words. Well, a lot of people think that when you're writing, you need to write big words. And again, it's it has to do with people who go to college. They learn big words. They write they write a thesis that uses words that most people don't understand. Well, in copy, you don't want to do that. You want to use words that your audience is going to understand. And that kind of goes along with no technical jargon. You have to think about who your audience is. If you're writing to a bunch of car mechanics, yes, you can use different technical terms. But if you're writing in a magazine that average people read, you don't want to use terms that they don't understand because the ad is going to be wasted space, wasted money. Okay? It's going to sit there and people are going to flip right over it. So you've got to make sure that you're using the words that your audience understands and using them well. Now, another point for simple words, this goes, some words you don't even think are difficult, and yet you can use other words. And an example of that is the word employ. Okay, so I could talk to you about how you need to employ simple words. I can just say, use simple words. Okay, which is easier for you to understand, which just clicks. Those are the words that you want to use. Now, in the book, there is actually a big list of words that we tend to use when they're really unnecessary, when there are much simpler ways to do things. So I highly recommend that you do pick up a copy of this book. And if you like this training series, then I urge you to come to my website to learn more, and that's at yourwebprosperity.com. All you need to do is click on the Education tab on the top right. So I'll see you there.